Hello and welcome to yet another episode of PT Special, a revision series. This is the 8th episode. I hope that you are watching and continuously revising the previous episodes. So let's begin with the first topic of today, that is One Planet Summit for Biodiversity, which has been concluded and it was organized by France, UN and World Bank. So please keep in mind that in your preliminary examination, statements will be asked on the basis of these type of facts only. I could give you it was arranged by Italy, UN and World Bank, but it would be wrong. So please remember that it was organized by France, the UN and World Bank. The objective is to provide a platform to conserve biodiversity on a global scale. Again, one thing in mind, on a global scale. Not regional, not local, but global scale. That means we need to conserve biodiversity, which is very important for sustainable development of humankind, and that too on a global scale. And for that we had the One Planet Summit. Okay, let's move forward. Delegates from India, Russia and Brazil, they also participated, but America did not attend. Now America also withdrew from the Paris Agreement and also did not attend this convention, and it is very important for huge countries, big emitters of greenhouse gases such as America to attend. And High Ambition Coalition for Nature and People was launched here. And this means we need coalition, a grouping which will strive towards achieving the high ambitions on the alliance of nature and people. Okay, and it is an intergovernmental group. Intergovernmental means many governments have joined hands together for achieving something. Next is Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat. Now the struggle to save the Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat is continuing. Let's first look at the Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat so that you are able to grasp the knowledge better. The Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat, it is endemic. That means found only at one specific region, endemic to India, and it is found in a cave in Karnataka. In a cave, and these are cave bats. This is critically endangered in the IUCN Red List. Critically endangered. But it would be very interesting for us to know that no protection has been provided to it under the Wildlife Protection Act. So this is very amazing that no protection is there under WPA, but it is critically endangered and even endemic. So let's talk about it more. Endemic, earlier it was present in 2 caves. Now it is present only in 1 cave. The reasons are not known yet, but land use changes, hunting and also quarrying. These are some of the reasons why this has appeared in the other cave. So right now it is expected to survive only in 1 cave. Moving on, scientific name for Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat is Hipposideros hypophilus, and Bat Conservation India Trust is working in order to protect it. This is an NGO and the purpose is conservation of bat species in India and protecting their habitat. It is headquartered at Bangalore. Let's move forward and talk about the next topic, that is PANNA Biosphere Reserve. So India's PANNA Biosphere Reserve is included in the Man and Biosphere program. First, tell me, what is a biosphere? Biosphere is a designated site by the UNESCO. Who does it? UNESCO gives the status of any place to be a biosphere reserve, and it is representative of the natural and cultural legacy of a region. It could be coastal, terrestrial or marine, or even a mix of any of these above mentioned regions. Fawamullah Biosphere Reserve and Addu Atoll Biosphere Reserves from Maldives are also included. Now, Panna is the 12th biosphere reserve to be included in the UNESCO's Man and Biosphere Program. Man and Biosphere Program was launched in the year 1971 by UNESCO. What does it do? It provides a scientific basis. The key word here is scientific basis for developing a relationship between men, the humankind actually, and the biodiversity, so that both can understand the importance of each other in order to benefit from each other and have a sustainable development. Moving forward, Panna Biosphere Reserve, it includes Panna Tiger Reserve, then 𝐏𝐾𝐤 Sanctuary, Reserved and Protected Forests of North Panna Forest Division. So, reserved and protected forests, what are these two? Reserved forests are those forests which are designated by the state governments to be protected, and the intrusion and also entry of local community is totally prohibited. Remember this, totally prohibited. Okay? Totally prohibited, and unless and until a forest officer concedes to the need of any local community to come along into the reserve forest, it will not be allowed. And it can be developed, the reserved forest basically, not the protected, reserved forest, they can be developed at any place in a forest or any wasteland that is under the state government. And if we talk about protected forests are those forests other than reserve forests, and the state government basically does it to have ownership of the wood products, non-wood products, food, and in order to have them monetized for that only. And if we talk about the different tribes found here, they are Gond and Kharia. So Gond is a scheduled tribe. What is it? A scheduled tribe. It is belonging to the Dravidian group and speak the language Gondi. Which language? Gondi. Now, Gonds, they are found in many states such as Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and even Uttar Pradesh. And the northernmost boundary of this reserve, biosphere reserve, is a boundary of natural distribution to teak. Okay, let's move forward and talk about the state of global air report. And this was released by the USA-based Health Effects Institute and Global Burden of Diseases. Again, I am going to reiterate the importance of facts and prelims. They are going to confuse you if you are not revising. And India, according to it, has recorded the highest concentration of particulate matter 2.5 in the world. What is particulate matter? Particulate matter are suspended particles, solid particles, or even droplets. They could be particles or even droplets, and their size is 2.5 microns. Minimum size is this, and it can be even the size, when I'm talking about, it refers to width. It can be even smaller than this, and because of their small width, they are able to get into our respiratory tract very easily, causing short-term and long-term issues. Short-term, I can say itching in the throat, coughing, sneezing, and if a person is asthmatic, then of course it will affect his or her lung more. And if we talk about the long-term diseases, they can be cardiovascular and even chronic cardiovascular diseases, and also lung diseases such as bronchitis. And also India ranks 3rd in ozone exposure after Qatar. Qatar stands first, and then Nepal. Ozone is a very good element when we talk about its presence in stratosphere. We know that ozone layer is found in stratosphere, but at the ground level, it is a toxic gas. It is one of the main components of smog, right? Smog. And how is ozone formed at the ground level? mainly due to the combustion of fuels in automobiles, and when the automobiles emit certain elements of gases, when the sunlight is able to have an impact on those gases, that means the sunlight mixes with those gases of automobiles, ozone occurs. And again, many health issues, short-term as well as long-term, can happen when we talk about the lungs and the overall health of a person. Air pollution is the fourth biggest risk factor, that is globally. 91% of the people actually live in areas which is heavily polluted, and the pollution there is more than the prescribed limit by the WHO. Also, if I talk about the numbers, 4.2 million people die annually due to air pollution. Air pollution, biggest risk factor in India. Next topic is Adopt an Animal Scheme. Adopt an Animal Scheme is a scheme of the Nandankanan Zoological Park. Nandankanan actually means the garden of the heaven, and it is situated in Odisha. Unlike other zoos, the importance of the zoo is such that it is established amongst or amidst the forest. Very natural scenario it is, and it is very easy for the animals to thrive there because it is in the middle of the forest. And the objective of this scheme is to raise resources for animals. I am going to tell you how. Suppose I am going to adopt an animal. That means I will pay a fixed amount for the animal I have adopted, and that amount will be used for that animal in order to give medicinal treatment, build more healthy enclosure for the animal, provide proper nutritious food for the animal. But keep in mind that I won't be allowed to take the animal home and roam around with it. Keep this in mind. The ownership will be with the zoo authorities, but I am paying for the benefit of the animal. And unlike I have taught you about this topic, and the only zoo in the country, this is the only zoo in the country that is a member of the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Keep this in mind. Also, if I want to add something more for your information about Adopt an Animal Scheme, that would be any individual, corporate, club, NGO, and even educational institutions can adopt an animal from the Nandankanan Zoo. And of course, if we talk about the benefit of it, it has the objective of raising awareness about the endangered species and also including humankind in order to develop those species and take care of those species. It actually works on the grounds, right? Moving on. This is the world's first zoo to breed white tiger and melanistic tiger. Let's see white tiger. White tiger is not a subspecies of tiger, but it is a tiger which has a recessive gene. When two tigers with recessive gene are bred together, then we will have white tiger. For the first time ever, white tiger was spotted in Vindhyas in 1950. It was also in 1951. A cub was captured by the Maharaja of Rewa, and that cub later became the progenitor of many white tigers. And why do we have white tiger? That means there is a recessive gene which lacks, this breed of tiger lacks pheomelanin. Pheomelanin is a pigment that is found in the orange fur of the Royal Bengal tigers. Another one is melanistic tiger. That means a lot of melanin has been produced. That is why the stripes have overgrown their conventional area, and that is why we have the picture as all black tiger. Okay, so Nandankanan Zoo houses them. And it also, Nandankanan Zoo also started its first captive breeding center for alligators. Captive breeding means those endangered species which are threatened in the wildlife, they are brought in a protected area, zoo or sanctuary, and they are bred in order for their species to have more reproduction and enhance their numbers. It also has a conservation breeding center for Indian pangolins and long-billed vultures. What are Indian pangolins? If I am going to talk about pangolins, out of the 8 species, 2 species of pangolins, Indian and Chinese, they are present in India. And because of their importance for medicinal purposes, they are smuggled a lot and they are found across Himalayas, Assam. So, it is important for you to know about pangolins, especially after the outbreak of the pandemic. Wetland, 𝐾𝐨𝐤 Lake is also situated here. Let's move forward. Now, next topic is Report of Heavy Metals, that is NCPOR, National Center for Polar and Oceanic Research. It has recently conducted research on the urban beaches of Tamil Nadu. Now, NCPOR works under the aegis of Ministry of Earth Sciences, and it was established in the year 1998. Okay, and it is the designated and the nodal body for conducting research and development in the polar and the southern Indian oceanic region. Keep that in mind. Now, presence of heavy metals such as iron, zinc. I would like to tell you one thing. It is not iron. Okay, the R is silent. It is iron. Zinc, copper, manganese, nickel and lead in samples. So there is a presence of heavy metals. What are heavy metals? Heavy metals are naturally occurring materials which have high density and it has weight higher, 5 times higher than that of water. And the presence of them, even in a very small amount, leads to poisoning. That is why this research is something of a red flag. However, it was within safe limits prescribed by the Bureau of Indian Standards, which is the Indian body or the nodal body for marking quality and standardization. Moving forward, long-term exposure. Of course, long-term exposure to anything such as heavy metal will have adverse impacts on our body. Heavy metals, as I told you, has a density, heavy density more than 5 grams per centimeter. Moving on, India is still the highest sulfur dioxide producer. Greenpeace India and Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air has released a report on emissions of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is of course a polluting element and it has led to a lot of air pollution. Sulfur dioxide basically gets emitted from burning of fossil fuels in industry, and because of the burning of coals in industry, sulfur dioxide is a lot. And of course, if we talk about the emission of sulfur dioxide, it can lead to the formation of particulate matter 2.5, which we have already discussed about. India is the largest emitter in terms of SO2 and emissions, and this has been the 5th consecutive year. These 2 factors should be noted down. The largest emitter, and this is the 5th consecutive year. About 6% reduction in SO2 emissions in India in 2019 to 2018 has definitely been documented. Also Russia. Which one is the second? Russia. Your prelims might not ask you about the highest emitter, but they can ask you about the second highest, so keep this also in mind. In terms of emission, Russia has ranked 2nd and China has ranked 3rd. And thermal power plants are the major emission hotspots in India. Big hotspots, they include Singrauli, Neyveli, Sipat, Mundra, Korba, Bonda, Tamna, Tamnar Talcher and Jharsuguda. So these are the hotspots. Lack of flue gas desulfurization technology in all coal plants in India. This is the need of the hour. Moving on, let's talk about blue flag tag. Blue flag certificate for 8 beaches has been awarded in October 2020. And recently, 2 new beaches have been awarded the blue flag tag, that is Kovalam in Kerala, okay, and Eden in Puducherry. Okay, so earlier we had 8, now we have 10 in the country with blue flag tag. And blue flag, the world's leading voluntary, okay, voluntary award. That means if you do not want to participate in it, your beach can go through it. And it is a voluntary given to the beaches, voluntary award, and it basically certifies the sustainability of the beach, that the beach is clean, ecologically healthy and sustainably active when we talk about tourism. And beaches have to meet the criteria like environmental, educational, safety and accessibility. Keep these indicators in mind. This could be asked in prelims. The Blue Flag program is run by the Foundation for Environmental Education, that is FEE, which is an international non-governmental, non-profit organization. Now I can be like FEE is a governmental organization. In the prelims exam, this could be your statement, but this is wrong. And purpose is to promote sustainable development in freshwater and marine water, and it was launched from France in 1985. Similarly, India has its own certification procedure for showing the sustainability of beaches, that is BEAMS. Note it down. This is on the similar lines of Blue Flag, and it is under Integrated Coastal Zone Management. That means proper management of beaches is there in an integrated way, and BEAMS works under ICZM only. Moving forward, tree species rediscovered in Kerala. Can you see the tree species here? This is the tree species we are going to talk about. Let's move on and talk about the tree. So, a very ancient tree has been discovered in Kerala. The tree belongs to the Madhuka diplostemon species. Okay? And Robert White, a surgeon botanist with the East India Company, found the very first specimen of this tree. And the tree was spotted in Kollam groves of Kerala. Kollam, very important. So, Kollam groves, grove means what? A group of trees. Okay, let's move forward. The tree was spotted in the Kollam groves. Madhuka, this is the species of the flowering plant. The species which we discovered about is a flowering species. That means it produces flowers. And it is a member of the Septoceae family. And this is also family of flowering plants. And this family is famous for production of gutta parcha, chicle and timber. Note this down as well. Move forward. And lion-tailed macaque in the endangered list. So IUCN has updated the conservation status of the lion-tailed macaque. And for the 6th time in a row, this is for the 6th time, the IUCN has listed about the status of the lion-tailed macaque as endangered. So, if we look at lion-tailed macaque, it is in the endangered status of the IUCN under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act. It is, of course, found in the Nilgiris in Western Ghats. And there are approximately 2,500 individuals. So you can remember this. I hope along with this picture, it looks like it wasn't ready for the picture and it has been taken by the photographer. Quite funny. So Salim Ali Center for Ornithology and Natural History was established with the objective of developing expertise and knowledge in ornithology and nature for conservation in the country. Moving on. Let's talk about hydrogen, CNG. Hydrogen and CNG. This means there has been a combination of hydrogen and CNG. That means the consumers can get the benefit of both hydrogen and methane. Okay? hydrogen and methane, right? And there has been given approval to the use of CNG in CNG engines. That means we are moving towards hydrogen economy. And now 18% hydrogen can be mixed with CNG engines, and the use of CNG results in less emission of air pollutants such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides and particulate matter. Concentration of hydrogen is going to be 18%. Okay, so as I have already told you, but I am going to revise it with you for your benefit, that hydrogen is the first and the lightest element found on Earth. And why do we need to produce hydrogen? Because it is lighter than air, so it goes up, and that is why we are not able to capture hydrogen. In India, there are 3 types of hydrogen. Not in India, but there are 3 types of hydrogen found: grey hydrogen, blue hydrogen, and of course the most clean green hydrogen. Grey hydrogen and blue hydrogen, these 2 are produced from hydrocarbons. That means hydrocarbons. That means from fossil fuels and natural gas. But grey hydrogen, when it is produced, it produces carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide as the byproducts, and they are let out in the atmosphere. But if we talk about blue hydrogen, similar procedure, but here what happens, the CO2 is stored, captured and stored for further use, so it is better than grey hydrogen. The sad part is that in India, grey hydrogen is the most produced. This is the bulk production in India. And green hydrogen, if I am going to talk about, green hydrogen is the cleanest hydrogen that we can get, because water is used for producing hydrogen through electricity, and this electricity is actually produced with the help of renewable energy such as wind energy or solar energy. So through electrolysis, the water is split into hydrogen and oxygen, and the byproducts are the cleanest one. They are water vapor or water. So of course India wants to produce green hydrogen towards moving a green economy and towards moving into a hydrogen based economy. Okay, so I hope you understood and found this session good. Thank you so much for watching. Now we have already begun with art and culture. I hope you're watching them as well for better preparation. We will soon begin with economics as well. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. We will meet again.